Y'all are in for a banger today. So we actually have something on the day of release instead of doing it a week or two after. This video though is going to be going up Saturday. I am recording it today, Friday, when the newest set just dropped, but we were able to get an entire booster box and one ETB of the newest Pokemon set, Twilight Masquerade. So we're just going to get into it. We're going to open all of it today. So this might be a little bit on the longer side. I am going to kind of shave some time off by not really going through everything through the ETB. We'll take a look at the promo here once we get it unwrapped, and then we're just going to start cranking through booster packs. So this is a traditional Elite Trainer box. If you've seen any of my other ETB openings or anybody else's ETB openings, it's pretty much status quo. You get, your bathroom reading material guide in it, some dice, some stuff to play the game, and then I believe it is like around 9 booster packs, some sleeves, energy cards, and then the one thing that we're really here for is the promo. But yeah, other than that, it is just a typical Elite Trainer box. What is interesting about this one is, unlike a lot of the other sets in Scarlet and Violet, there is only one artwork for this one, which is kind of different. I think this is one where they could have gotten away by having multiple artworks in it, because it's dealing with Ogre Pawn. They could have done one for each mask, but that would end up coming out to a little bit of money for everyone to go out and collect all of them. So I understand why they did it, but it would have been a cool way to get some of the promos. Or I guess if they didn't do that, there wouldn't be any promos to worry about getting, but it would have been like a pretty interesting way for them to make some promos. But yeah, let's get this booster box opened here. Get our packs out, and we're going to get right into it. I will say that is the one thing I did kind of miss about going back to Japan is, these English booster boxes here. They're not really super exciting, but when you take like a look at the stuff that goes into the Japanese ones, like there is a very clear difference on, I think, quality with some of that. Granted, those ones, they are cheaper. Here is our code card for the Elite Trainer box. But that being said, I do appreciate the artworks for them. So here is our promo Ogre Pawn. So this is the teal mask variant. We were able to get 2 of them out of our Japanese box. So we already have that. We do also have the Wellspring mask. So really what we're trying to hope to get is the Rock mask, which I can't remember what that one's called, and the Hearth Flame. So we're going to start with the booster packs from our ETB here. And we're just going to get right into the booster box. But figured, since most of the time when I've done these openings, there's usually a couple days or like week delay before I actually get the video up. And I thought today, I have it. Might as well record it. Plus, I will be away most of next week, so there probably won't be any videos next week. So thought it'd be a nice way to kind of do 3 videos this week. Got Reverse Hollow Kieran, Skarmory, and then a Hollow Sinistcha. But we will have already seen a lot of the different cards in this. For those of you that did watch the Japanese openings of Mask of Change and then Crimson Haze, it's essentially those 2 sets from Japan all merged into one, and that is what we get for our English set, which is pretty common. I know in the past sometimes there have been 3 Japanese sets that have come out that have all built just one of ours, but I think at this point they've kind of dropped it down to 2, which makes it a little bit more manageable. Applin. Okay, so we got our first hit. the full art Torkoal there, which is a really nice looking artwork there. And I do love me some Torkoal. And then, of course, a holo Zapdos. But it is nice to be able to read these cards this time. It is kind of the only downside with the Japanese stuff is, sure a lot of people out there can relate. Sometimes, you know, your brain just shuts off and you really don't know what the hell you're talking about. Which I think for me is kind of the golden standard, but especially whenever we start adding kanji into the mix, yeah, there's no hope for me. If I can't immediately remember what Pokemon it is off the top of my head, as you may have noticed, I'll just keep my mouth shut about it. We got a reverse holo Glimlet, and then Heatran as our holo. So, but it is nice now to kind of read what the cards are, especially more of the trainers and some of that stuff. I mean, the Pokemon, if you can recognize it, unless you're really big into the card game itself, you know, you can pretty much still get everything you would want out of it, even in the Japanese sets. So we got Poochyena, Palisand, Timber, Spinarak, Diplin. I think I kept calling it Driplin, but it's Diplin, Glaceon, Poltergeist, Darmanitan, and another holo Sinistcha. But I think really out of this set, getting one of the Illustrator Rare Ogerpons is kind of what I'm hoping for. Trying to think if there's really anything else. I do believe this is the set with the Greninja that I would also like to get. But we did get the Infernape. And I can't remember if Ursaluna has any big hits in this set. But if it does, that would definitely be a nice one to add to it. Jamming Tower, Glaceon, Ambipom. Walking Wake is our reverse holo. And we have the Wellspring Mask Ogerpon, so we've at least got one. It is a repeat, but we'll take it. At least we have one that we can read, and then one we can just kind of stare at and make up in our own mind what it says. And sometimes that's half the fun. So our next code card there. Then we have Hisuian Growlithe, which I do like Hisuian Growlithe and Arcanine. I think that was one of my favorite regional variants. Legends Arceus had actually a lot of really good regional forms in it. Revavroom, Watrel, Fione, and Frostlass. So it looks like we got 3 more packs left from this ETB, and then we're just, like I said, we're not going to waste any time. We're just rolling right into our booster box for it. So I think this will be closer to 50 packs that we'll be doing. Shinx, Poltergeist. I guess actually that's maybe not necessarily a regional form since it does have a different name. For some reason I always thought it was just regular Poltergeist, but it's Poltergeist. Pinsir, Sandshrew. Okay, and then there we go, our first really big hit out of the packs here. We've got the Full Art Carmine. And again, for those of you that watched the Japanese one, that was kind of like my big issue with Carmine and Keenan is the haircuts are just, they're dreadful. There's no other way around it. I don't know if that's something that's popular over in Japan. I highly doubt it, but I mean, you know, we're not here in North Korea, you know. We're pretty free with the hairstyles that we can have, and that, you know, that's the one that they ended up with. So Grookey, Caretaker, so he is someone from the DLC. Rillaboom. Handheld Fan. Morpeko. Farfetch'd. Palafin. And then Iron Leaves as our holo. It's kind of interesting that it looks like Walking Wake is a reverse and then Iron Leaves is a standard holo. Maybe they're ones that can appear as either both. Then we have our final code card here from the ETB. We got Wattrell, Volbeat, Goldeen, Sandygast, Darmanitan, Carmine, Swanna. Alright, so we got an A-Spec, Legacy Energy, Glimora. Alright, speak of the devil, there it is. So Walking Wake does come as a reverse and a regular holo. Alright, so that finished up our ETB, so now we're just cruising right along into our little booster box here. So hopefully we can get some stuff that we don't already have. I know the Torkoal is new, but we have a Crawdaunt, Farfetch'd, Torkoal, all of his glory, Kadabra, Reveroom, Rillaboom, Handheld Fan. Been needing that today because it's a hot one out there. Seaking and Pheasantipity. Which, if I do recall correctly, I believe Pheasantipity, Okidogi, and Monkey Dory are going to kind of be the big hits in the next set that'll be coming out, since surprisingly I already saw that there are pre-orders going out for that. So it does look like some of the artwork for those products has already been released. So, but I don't believe that'll be out until either June or July. And then I would imagine, just kind of based off of that, I think our next set will focus a lot on some of the Indigo Disc Mons. And then there's a Screamtail EX. It's very nice. Just leave that where it lay. Our code card there. You got Swirlix, Litwick, Poochyena, Flabebe, Lucian, Darmanitan, Leafeon, Apom, Florges, and Sinistcha. The only thing about this table is there's really actually not a whole lot of room to work with here, so we may have to take a tactical pause here for a moment and clear some space, but we'll wait until it gets really bad. The maid's upstairs taking a nap currently, so. But then again, I don't think that's a fight that we want to pick. Morpeko, Conkeldurr, Diplin, so it does look like there's a couple different artworks for it. Applin, Torkoal, and then Ting-Lu. And I do really like that artwork for Ting-Lu. That was probably my favorite out of the four. Chi-Yu is also really cool as well, and I didn't mind the other two as much. But Wo-Chien, I kind of agree with a lot of the other people that I think Wo-Chien's kind of the worst out of the four. We got Shinx, your local YMCA, Farigiraf, Brute Bonnet, Cook, Aeron, and Chandelure. been noticing it doesn't look like there's actually a whole lot of fire types here in this set, which is what it is. Fire, that is my personal favorite typing. Surprisingly, really wasn't until using Ogerpon and Venusaur a good bit. Grass actually used to be one of my least favorites, but it's grown on me. Spinarak, Sandshrew, Swanna, Glamora, Snorlax. Okay, there's our reverse Iron Leaves. Slurpuff, and Teal Mask Ogerpon. Okay, so we've gotten the Teal and the Wellspring. Just need the Hearth Flame and our Stonewall, or whatever that particular mask is called. If we could at least just round out the set, I'd be happy, even if it's nothing wild or crazy. If we could just have all 4 of the different masks, I'm happy with that. Got Clefairy, Varoom, Volbeat, Luxio, an Enhanced Hammer compared to your regular one, Kilowattrel, Galea, and then another A-Spec, so this is the Hyper Aroma, Slugmanuts, and then Monkey Dory. So I think we have all the A-Spec cards now. I think maybe there's only one that we're missing, if we are missing any. Darumaka, Apom, the cards are kind of sticking here, Poliwag, Helioptile, Morpeko, Carmine, Heracross, Accompanying Flute. All right, another Torkoal. Maybe these are going to be like our Palmies, and we'll just have a whole herd of those little bastards. But I guess, though, given the option, I'd rather have an army of chooched out turtles than a bunch of field mice. And we got another code card there. And we got Goldeen, Dreepy, Sandygas, Feebas, Ogre's Mask, Probopass, Heracross, Wattrel, Swirlix. Oh, okay. Okay, it was. It is Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon. All right, so now we're up to 3 out of the 4. This is the full art version of it. So we at least got that. We've got 2 of the full art, so maybe if we don't get the set out of here, maybe we'll just go for getting all 4 of the full arts instead of the base ones. Our next code card. Got a Corphish, Grookey, Finizen, Wattrel, Palafin, Handheld Fan, Diplin, Farfetch'd, Sandslash, and Alakazam. And I feel like that is a very stereotypical Alakazam artwork. But Alakazam usually has some pretty solid cards to it. And it's nice that we finally have Kadabra again. So he's not just hanging out by himself. Because I would imagine then, I guess, if we couldn't get Kadabra for a while, there probably really wouldn't be a huge reason to print Abra either. Girafarig, Froakie. Okay, so that does mean then that the Greninja is in this set. Glamora, Ariados, Pinsir, Jinx, and Hisuian Arcanine. And again, that is a really nice artwork for it. I think we're coming up to about the halfway point here. So if y'all could please do that dirty trifecta, make that YouTube sacrifice of like, commenting, subscribing. Even share the video if you could. This one was a little bit more pricey than what we normally do, but we enjoy it anyways. And as always, thank you all for the support. But we got Heliolisk, Ducklet, Rillaboom, My Fat Fingers, Lana's Aid. I feel like I need one of them just to make it so it's only one card at a time. Jamming Tower, Farigiraf, and then a Walking Wake. And up to our next code card. And we've got Fanthump, Slugmanuts, Tadbulb, Applin, a Flute, Slurpuff, Perrin, Sunflora, Chimchar, and Zapdos. Alright, looks like we got 5 more packs left for that side of the box. I think once we finish up this side, we may go a little bit faster here. Maybe we'll do kind of one of those bigger packs. Monferno, Nosepass, Revavroom, Ogre's Mask, Sunflora, Handheld Fan, Palisand, and Sinistcha EX. Alright, so I think we're just going to finish off this side here. We'll go one to the front, and then kind of put our back 3 cards aside. So 1 to the front, 1, 2, 3. Put them right there. I know that was kind of off camera. Y'all are just gonna have to trust me that, let's be honest, we keep it very budget over here. We don't got it like that to sit there and stack the deck in our favor. So whatever we get is what we get. But I think between this and then the other Japanese box opening, we've kind of seen a fair bit of the commons already. So just kind of do this to save up some time here. Move that code card to the side, 1 to the front, 3 to the back. Double check that pack. Was worried I might have screwed it up. And then this will finish off this half of the box. So thank you for bearing with me. 1 to the front, and then we got 1, 2, 3. So that separates what could be our hits from our other stuff. So this should just be reverse holo or better. So we got Kieran, Iron Bundle, Infernape, Trevenant, Clefairy, Iron Leaves, Unity Center, Heatran, Okidogi, Heliolisk, Cramorant, and Frostlass. Okay, so we did the pack trick right. Just didn't get anything out of them, but that's okay. So we are now on to our last stack here. So I believe this should be, I think, 18 packs. And then, before I forget, just in case anybody wants them, so we do have the code cards here. And then there's the code card for our current pack that we are on. But we've got Varoom, Wattrell, Volbeat, Goldeen, Swanna, Glamora, Me After a Trip to Taco Hell, Applin, Enamorus, and then Sinistcha. We've been hitting a lot of hollows. I guess we did have the Sinistcha EX not too long ago. I know that one's upside down, but make it a little tricky on you. Apom, Darumaka, Corphish, Grookey, Bug Catching Set, Aggron. Aggron was always one of my favorites. Be nice to see him get some love in maybe a future set. And then we've got Blood Moon Ursaluna EX. Another code card. We're just going to start throwing shit off to our right side here. Sandy Gas, Dreepy, Phoebus, Girafarig, Morpeko, Carmine, Heracross, Caretaker, Flabebe, and Tingaroo. Another upside down code card. Finizen. Whoops. Okay, well, yeah, stuff we've already seen before, so I'm not super worried about it. Cook, Palafin, Tatsugiri, Heracross, Luminous Energy. Okay, very nice. And then a Walking Awake. So we did get one gold card. Let's see if we can at least get one more banger out of this box here. And we've got Vulpix, Froakie. I would love to see your father if we could find him. Fanthump, Palafin, Handheld Fan, Diplin, Poochyena, Halucha, and Monkey Dory. Oops. Almost looking like we got a cardboard crack house going on down here at this point. Poltergeist. It's not a crack house. You got a crack home. Ninetales, Diplin, Jamming Tower, Glaceon, Rillaboom, Poliwhirl, and Hisuian Arcanine. And another code card. So we got Slugma, Swirlix, Tadbulb, Applin, Rillaboom, Lunazade, Conkeldurr, Chansey, Ninetales, and Macargo EX. So at least we're seeing some different stuff. Not getting too many repeats here. And let's see, how many packs do we have left? Alright, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to break it up. We'll go 5. And we'll do another 5 there, and we'll just see. We'll just probably do the pack trick here, since we definitely burned through all the commons, and kind of keep it a little bit more time sensitive. So we got Trevenant, Emolga, Frogadier, Illumise, Sandslash, Iron Bundle, whoops, Lucian, Leafeon, Kadabra, and Pheasantipity. So what we're going to do is we're just going to pause this here real quick. I'm going to clear some more space out, and then we're going to kind of do what we did before and just do 5 big super packs, only going through the hits. So we'll be right back. Alright, so we're back. We just went ahead and we just did all the packs. So these are the last 3 cards minus the energy there. We're just going to flip through these code cards real quick, and then we're going to get back to going through what we would have got. Just kind of reset this real quick, if it will. I know we're a baller on a budget over here, but sometimes it's just the simple things. But I figured we were coming up on 30 minutes. Figured it'd just be a little bit better to kind of burn through the remainder as quickly as we can. Just that way the video is not going too long. Get everybody back to what they were doing for the day. But all right, let's go through and see what we get. So we got Poltergeist. All right. We got Infernape. Very nice. Nice to see that one again. Chandelure Hollow. Tatsugiri. Froakie. Still hoping to see your dad. All right, we got the Ursaluna full art there. So I think that'll probably mark our big hits then. But let's see if we can at least get... All right, so actually we had one more ace spec. Feebas, Alakazam, but let's just see if we can get the Hearthflame Ogerpon. And then there is regular Infernape, Brute Bonnet, Room. Oh. All right, Iron Thorns EX, old Mecha Godzilla there. Dreepy, Glimlet, Standard Hollow, Ogerpon, Perrin, Palisand. Okay, so actually we did have another big hit, the Macargo EX, Danny Phanthump, Fione, Zapdos. So if my math is correct, this should be our final 3 here. So we got Bellibolt, Darmanitan, and Enamorus. All right, so not too bad of an opening. We did get a pretty big haul here. We'll just kind of go through that real quick. We're not going to worry about the hollows, but we'll go through the other stuff here. So we got ourselves and let's refocus that a little bit better. So we did get the Full Art Macargo EX, Iron Thorns EX, the Scoop Up Cyclone Ace Spec, the Full Art Blood Moon Ursaluna, which looks really good. Do like the coloring for that one. We did get our Infernape again, this time in English. I don't think that's like a big hit, but I just think that card looks so good. Luminous Energy, and then we did have a regular Macargo, regular Ursaluna, Sinistcha, the Cornerstone Ogerpon, Torkoal, Hyper Aroma, call that Versace, Teal Mask Ogerpon, Screamtail, Legacy Energy, Full Art Carmine, and then the Wellspring Ogre Mask and another Torkoal, and then of course our promo from the Elite Trainer box, this beautiful Teal Mask Ogerpon. But as always, thank you all for watching. Hope everyone has a good weekend for themselves, and we'll catch you here the next time. I do think because of the size of this opening here, we might just kind of go through and take a look at some of the cards I've already gotten from Scarlet and Violet, so it'll be something nice to mix it up with, but we'll catch you next time.